go. So I got to start all over. No, look here, I'm not doing that. Look here, it's all about you, the brand new person. And we want to thank you for taking time to invest in yourself because there's two types of people. There's people that are willing to work and people that are willing to watch. And there's some people that start their business, but there's some people that launch their business. And so this is your orientation. See, if you want to build a house, you want to have blueprints. And depending on what type of a house you're going to build, right? That's determined on the blueprint, right? If you want a one-story home, well, you don't need to go that deep. But if you're going to build levels, right, you're going to have to go in depth and really test everything and really orchestrate it. And so that's what this is all about, where you're going to learn the ABCs and the one, two, threes of how to do this business. And so, very quickly tonight, we're going to take you through this orientation agenda. We're going to go over your welcome. We're going to show you some support, your systems, how to launch your business, and then some brief announcements. And with that said, I have the pleasure of kicking it off. And on behalf of me and my beautiful wife, look, we just want to welcome you. All of us are excited because we just got back from our convention in Long Beach. And so that's why we are just on one right now. This is just exploding all over. And this is what you were actually seeing or where you said yes. This is Rimmon. We were established in Korea in 2018, had already done 2.5 billion in revenue, even throughout COVID, guys. That's huge. Had already been rated as the #1 K beauty brand, had already sold 40 million bottles in South Korea. Do you know that South Korea only has about 50 million people? Is that huge or huge? Then we decided to launch in the United States and into Canada. And then from there, guys, we set a goal to be in 50 countries over the next 5 years. And Forbes said the best time for you to join a company, affiliate with an opportunity, is when it's in the middle of a product launch or global expansion. And so right now, guys, we've already gone into Taiwan, Hong Kong, Mexico, Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, United Kingdom, Japan. And wait, guys, we're just getting started. So you want to write this question down. Who do you know? Who do you know in Italy, Spain, Ireland, Colombia, Chile, Peru? Act local, think global, guys. Guys, this is huge where you have an opportunity from the comfort of your home or wherever to build a global business. Look, I don't do anything unless it does not attach to global or have that opportunity. Because one of my mentors told me a long time ago, guys, if you don't learn to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And so this is why you really want to take advantage of what you're about to hear here tonight. And so Rimmon is so different. It's different in the philosophy, the product, the price, the plan, and then the people. And you're going to meet some of the industry's best in a few minutes. And so this is where it starts with Rimmon.com. This is your system. And guys, you can work this from your computer. You can work it from your phone. Guys, it's a home-based business, but it is not a homebound business. But for those of you that have been in the industry, because I'm going to forego for the sake of time any of my story, but I have been in the industry of the affiliate marketing space for over 35 years. And I will say that I haven't seen anything like this, guys, that you can work this business from anywhere. And it's something that's trending, guys. Yet K Beauty was tradition, but now it's trending everywhere. And so from your phone or from your computer, right, at Rimmon.com is where you can enroll new distributors, customers, product orders. You can manage orders, your sales management, all from the comfort of your phone. I always say, look, if you have a smartphone and you're not making money from your phone, then you got a dumb phone. Y'all can laugh right there. Look here, you got to learn to do this. And so you want to be able to do this. And at Rimmon.com, of course, you want to go in there, set up your password, and then this is where you will find your business snapshot. And it's at that point where you can have access to your commission eligibility, your history, your genealogy. As you begin to build a global business, you can stay in contact with your team and all of that from your phone or from your computer online. And so that's one of the first things that you want to do. Also, within there, you actually have access to a personal mall, and that's huge. If you go up to the top screen there, if you're doing it from your phone, we call that the little hamburger, where it has the three lines. That's a hamburger, right? In computer technology, you touch there, and you can go there and you can create bags where you can set up your personal shopping mall. And it's in there that you have your links where you can send to people your enrollment link, your social media shareable links, and your mall link are all located right there. Then you can set up individual shopping bags because we have all type of people. Because again, this is not your grandmother's network marketing company. It is a high margin wholesale distribution model. So whatever you want to promote, however you want to do it, we have estheticians on the line. We have sports fitness trainers. And so they may want to set up individualized bags, shopping bags that you can promote right through the months or the weeks where you can do all of that from this site. And then it's country specific bags as well. As we're growing in other countries, you have the ability to do this. And I must say, I've seen other opportunities like this, quote unquote, where they charge you, they nickel and dime you over and over to add features like this. Remon is different. We're building something with integrity, and we want this to be a wealthy and healthy community. And with that said, after you go to Remon.com to get set up, then you want to go to the drive. You want to go to the drive, you can go to exploreremond.com under marketing, and you don't have to create anything. Everything is set up there for you guys. You have product sheets, brochures, social media material, business tools. Look, I am not a R&B artist. I can't sing, but I'm an R&D artist. R&D stands for rob and duplicate. I can rob and duplicate anything. And everything you need is right there under exploreremond.com. You don't have to spend time creating anything. With that said, now this is where we launch your business. You remember I told you up front, there's some people that start, there's others that launch. We want to help you launch. And to launch within that Explore Remon under that drive is where you want to print out your launch business document, your orientation guide. And so I pray and trust that you've already done that. If not, do it quickly. But this is where everything starts. Your step one. Your step one is your business plan. And it all starts with your goals. Goals are so important. Goals are dreams with a deadline. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into visible. And I remember my grandmama though used to say a goal without a plan is just a wish. And so this is why you want to make sure that you do this, but you want to write it down. You see, I had a wealth mentor that said the difference between the wealthy and the non-wealthy is that the wealthy have a plan and it's written down. So you want to write your 3 to 6 month goals, your short-term goals. That'll allow you to have clarity and focus. But then your 2-year goals, guys, what is it? See, your short-term goal, it can be, hey, look, I just want to get to an extra $300-400 a month on a part-time basis, right? That's amazing, guys. But then your long-term goals. I was talking to a lady earlier today, and she said, look, I want to pay off 4 mortgages, mine plus my children. I said, well, guess what? You are in a atmosphere, a place just to be able to do that. And so you want to write that down, guys. And then after that, your why. See, when you know your why, or when you know your why, you'll know the way, guys. And so your why, they used to tell us that you want to have a why that'll almost make you cry. But see, something, you want to write something that's going to keep you getting up and excited to work up, to work your business and to go through the weeks and to go through the days. Because you're going to find some people that are dream killers and dream stealers, and they're not going to see what you see. And that's why I say a Y can also stand for W, your kids in the schooling that they deserve. All those times, write it down. You want to have a big why. And so, with that said, I want to get out of the way. And guys, I'm going to turn it over to this wonderful individual. She is extraordinary. I'm going to stop doing a screen share. She is a top director all the way from Boston, Massachusetts. She's around there somewhere, but she's in the Boston area, top director in this industry. And I look, she knows all the facts, loves to have fun, loves to help people, making money. But what I love about her is that someone's in the chat for this wonderful all-star testimony from director, the one and only Miss Jen Barsimian.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jermaine. You all know I pay him to say all that nice stuff about me. Can you please drop the number 11? That's my favorite number in the chat for Jermaine to thank him for that incredible introduction, all the energy that he always brings. And I hope that you were all able to see him as the MC at convention. That was such a treat. And I pray that he is the MC at our next convention as well. Jermaine, you are amazing. All right, let's talk Riemann. Now, listen, you're here, you're on the team, you've probably used the products, right? I'm going to tell you a little bit about my Riemann story. I was born in the 1960s. Prior to finding Riemann, my Google searches were, how much is an eyelid lift? What is the recovery time after an eyelid lift? I was obsessed with getting my eyes right and getting my jowls gone. And I did not realize that there was a product line available that would allow me to do all of that without surgery. So I'm going to put, I always forget to bring my before and after to the presentation. And we do this every Tuesday night, by the way. So please send all of your new people to this orientation every Tuesday night. I am on Facebook. My name is Jen Barsamian. I'm going to drop my before and after picture. I'm old. I'm on Facebook. I'm going to drop my before and after picture there right as soon as we hang up so that you can see jowls gone. Eyelid lift no longer necessary. And I just learned something really, really cool for those of you who are using these products. If you booster serum booster multiple times, you get deeper hydration. It's called Boo times 2. And I have just added that into my routine recently, and I can see the deep hydration already appearing on my skin. So, this is what you need to know. You don't need the facelift. You don't need to do the Botox and the fillers and the surgeries and the chemical peels and the lasers and all the stuff. You really need the best skincare on the market that is available today, and that is Riemann. And I am so excited for all of you to be here, to learn more, to hear from these incredible, incredible speakers. I've been in the direct selling industry for many, many years, and I've had a lot of success. And I have never had the amount of success that I'm having here at Riemann. So please, please tune in, listen to your upline, listen to your upline director, be coachable, be willing, be able, and move outside of your comfort zone to let people know about this incredible, incredible product. So that is my testimonial, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm going to turn it over now to top director Leah Lavoie. Leah Lavoie is up in Canada, and I know that it's dry up there. So look at her skin, which is absolutely remarkable. Leah is an incredible leader, an incredible human. I had the great pleasure of seeing her at our convention, sitting near her, sharing information, sharing the love. Leah knows everything that you need to know about this business, and she has the true heart of a servant leader to help all of you succeed. Leah, thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to turn it over to you, my friend.
Thank you so much. What a great testimonial. I love hearing people's stories and I get the privilege of sharing you your first steps in your business. And this is such an exciting moment for you. So first of all, congratulations. And I hope you take the time to do exactly what Jermaine has coached us already, and that is taking time to fill out that form. It's more important than you think, and accountability works. So screenshot that and send that over to the person who started you so that you can be accountable together. So it really does help because life has a funny way of throwing us curveballs. And I just want to share, when I got started in this 2 years ago, I was at my rock bottom. So I've been, at having to heal from cancer for 10 years. And at that time, I was actually diagnosed with 6 months to live, and it was heavy. And I was spending all my money, sold my house and everything. And I was literally down to the $2,000 in my bank account. So when I started, I was like on a hope and a prayer, but it was a prayer that answered. So if you pray, and you've been answered, just get to work, be excited, and keep going. But I didn't know a whole lot. I was just kind of ignorance on fire. Okay. So I want to share my screen here so that we can just go over this. And I just learned that I needed to get to the senior manager. And then I learned that I needed to help others get to senior manager. And with that, I was able to build something that was very exciting. So this is, there's a lot of words. If you're a visual person like me, it's okay. Don't freeze up right now. Stay with me. And so that in the middle of the screen, it says senior manager. Take a screenshot or write this down. 6,000 SP. Okay, so that is the goal. And so you will be locked into that 30 to 40% of the BP, locked in for life. This is what I loved about Remon is that we had no quotas. Okay, we had no certain amount that we had to spend every single month. And when you hit levels, they couldn't take it away from you. Okay, so it's like you hit levels and then all of a sudden you didn't do well for a couple of months, then you lose that level and you got to go up there and hit it again. No, that's not the case. So partner with the person who started you. Have the right on your goal sheet that Jermaine talked about when you started and when your end date was. Okay. If you don't hit it in that time frame, it's okay. It's a rolling 3 months. All right. However, that last month, a month is always falling off. So you could chase numbers. So I just like to let's get into action right away and let's get busy and let's really partner and get this done. So how to become senior manager. So when you break it down, it's only 2,000 SP per month. Now, what does that include? So write this down. This includes your personal order. We need to get started with a business pack, right? You are in a business. You're not buying a couch, you're not buying a TV, you're not buying something that doesn't make you money. This is a business that makes you money. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to make your business so much easier of hitting this when you could put products on skin. When you put products on skin, this is one of the only businesses I've ever been in where you could be mute and you will sell products because it does all the work. So if you understand that, comment below because you've done it. People see the results. Look at the glow, and I'm still healing from cancer every single day. Like this is the real deal, you guys. Okay, you feel it on the first go. So personal orders, get your starter kits wrapped up. That could get you, 1/4 of the way there. Some people can even buy their way all the way into senior manager. You can do that. That's not for everybody, but I make sure I let you know you can do that because some people are like, okay, I'm done. I got stuff for trade shows. I got stuff for my business. When I meet people, I got cash and carry and it's done. Some people are happy to do that. Okay. However, you can also get it from your personal customers. And then you can get them also from your distributors. You are going to find people who are also going to be on a prayer or they're going to have goals and they're like extra money and they say, hey, if I show you a way where you can make some extra money, where it's not going to take any more time out of your day, Would you be interested, right? Because once you get this rolling after the training portion and locking it in, you can literally do this in the nooks and crannies of your life. You guys are in your busiest season right now if you're starting, right? So, because there's a lot of information coming up, but after that, you're going to find a rhythm. So, you're going to find distributors. But guess what? You're also going to find customers from your distributors because your distributors, this all counts towards your 6,000 SP. So I want to make how clear this is when you get going. So when you start, I want you to think of who do I know? Who do I know? Because it's way more fun to start a business with a buddy. You guys can be accountable together. You can have fun together. You know, that is where I like kind of made a list and I went to those people first. And then it was like four of us running after it rather than just myself. Okay, just to speed up some time. So, commission release qualification on your team, you know, once you have that team, on your customers, you get paid weekly, but on your team is three active, once you hit this, is three active customers in that month. Now, keep in mind, these products are so good that you will get repeat orders. So once you start building up your clientele, the three customers per month is just something that happens. Okay. So that is what I love about it is like very, very low. And if it doesn't happen, it gets banked. Okay. So then when you do put your three customers in, you get back pay on all of that. I love that too. They're not going to take it away, but it's a goal, right? They want us to keep moving in the business. We are a company, we are a business, and we build customers. All right. So then your senior manager commissions, you're going to get paid on your personal and first level. Okay. You're going to get 25% base commissions and the additional 5% to make up that 30, it just comes as a bonus. So it just paid separately, but it's there. And that's for your open group and unlimited levels commissions. You get to unlock 4 levels of uni levels when you hit 1,000 SP. So that's just going to unlock a bunch of levels as your team grows. Because what happens is you're going to have planners who are going to have planners who are going to have planners. And you could be, you know, you could start in Canada and then your business is exploding in Mexico and your business is exploding in, you know, Thailand. You don't know. We're in all these different countries. Okay, your top retail bonus, you also get extra bonuses when you hit your 2,000 SP and 20 customers and 4,000 SP and 40 customers. So those are retail bonuses that you lock in that you get as a bonus every single month. So that's why you get 30 to 40%. So it gives us goals, it gives us strategies, you know, and it gives us something to work towards. All right. And every time you purchase, you get like 12.5% cash rebate, and the other 12.5 is you're going to get in cash. So that's really great as well. All right, so let's move on to just the other screen here. So this here is just an example. Okay, you got started. And guess what? You've got some customers and you've got a couple of friends who get started too. So if we look at the far left, we get our customers. So once we're locked into that senior manager, you're going to be making 30 to 40% off your customers. Then when you enroll a planner who starts building a business, okay, because she's a planner, she makes the 10%. Okay, because that's the first level she's going to make the 10% and you make the difference of 30%. So you make the 20%. Okay, then you got someone who becomes a manager. Okay, she's building her business. So you're going to make the 10% off of her as she's going to be making the 20% because she gets a raise. And then her business is growing, it's going to grow deep, and so forth and so on. And all your senior managers, you get that bonus 5%. What happens here is also your volume is going to increase. And when that volume is going to increase, you're naturally going to be going into a different level. So because you're excited, you're sharing, you're building your customer base, you got your teams who are also doing the same because we're duplicating the system, we're getting them on these calls, they're getting their trained, and your business is growing. Okay, so I'm going to introduce an amazing lady here. actually shared the business with me. So she knew what I was looking for. I was looking for a business and I had really bad rosacea at the time. And she shared Riemann. And so I am going to have her pop on here and explain to her how you can get to that next step, which is our team leader, where you can literally double your income. She is absolutely phenomenal. And I am super excited to introduce Tracy Zimmer.
Well, thank you so much, Leah, for sharing. Who learned something about senior manager tonight? Lots to learn, right? Lots of numbers, but don't make it complicated. Don't make it complicated. Get out there, do the work. The numbers are going to come. So thank you to everybody who is sharing. I love getting on these calls for a couple of reasons. Number one, we can learn and earn at the same time. Don't you love that? Like, you don't need to know everything right away. You can learn as you're earning. And I know for me, when I was a full-time teacher and I got into this industry, I love that because I could still do what I was doing, start making money extra part-time until it became my full-time. And I didn't need to quit my job while I learned it at the same time as I was making this side business income, right? So for those of you who are on here, I want you to, first of all, feel welcome. And thank you for taking the time to be here to put your business in the forefront. I'm going to apologize right now. I have this like crazy cough happening. So if I start, losing my voice, somebody else is going to jump in for me. But let's get going. Let's get started. Like Leah said, senior manager is something that you are going to hear over and over and over again, because it is that place in the comp plan where we go get rewarded 3 times what you would be rewarded for being a planner, right? Go lock in that lifetime position, get it there, have it set for life, and you never have to worry about it again. So when you get started and your sponsor says, let's get a game plan to senior manager, I hope you say yes, and let's do it as soon as possible. Okay, so, all right, here we go. I got this. Give me some love in the chat. Give me some strength. Okay, so team leader game plan. The next position you're going to hear is team leader. Okay, and this is for our team builders who want to really grow, share this wealth with so many other people, build around the globe, get this into other, it could be strictly in your country, but I mean, we have 50 countries to move into. So if you're somebody who loves building team, who loves building that network, this team leader position will be a game changer for you. Okay. So on your launch sheet, you're going to see step 3, team leader game plan. So again, goal date, achievement date. Okay. It's so important. You heard Jermaine say, write it down. You need your goal written down to make it official. All right. So let's take a look at this. Now with team leader, you see that this bumped up to 40 to 50%, okay, of your volume. So again, why do we have up to 50%? Because if you're somebody who's out there reaching those top retailer bonuses that Leah talked about, you can earn an extra 5%, up to an extra 10% on your customers, okay? So team leader qualifications, what do you need? In a 5-month consecutive rolling period, you need 50,000 SP, okay? So your SP is your sales volume that is placed on a product. Now, your total group, the maximum of 50% can come from one group, and we need 3 groups minimum of senior managers. I'm going to tell you, don't go with 3, go with 10, okay? Go build 10 legs of senior manager. That's your goal when you're going for team leader. Now, we do have some things that we need to do here at team leader, which is monthly maintenance of 10,000 SP. And now we need our 5 active customers to release those monthly commissions, okay? So 40% base commission. We have a 3-generation leadership match from 10 to 40%. And we unlock 6 levels of unilevel, okay? This is huge, you guys. Unilevel is another way that we get paid, another part of our pay plan. And I'm like, never leave money on the table. If you are leaving money on the table, like, Just don't. Just don't. If you're doing the work anyway, get the icing on the cake, right? So when you are personally ordering from your planner account, just know that that gets separated again, okay? You half going into your cash rebate and commissions back to you, and half is going to go into what we call product credit or our Remon dollar rebate, okay? So check this out. When you are a team leader and you sign up a customer, base is 40%. Again, we've seen the numbers. Planner starts at 10, manager at 20, senior manager at 30. Now at team leader is 40. Who thinks 40 feels better than 20? Better than 10, right? Better than 30. Get to the highest. So team leader base is 40. Again, up to 50%, depending on if you're hitting those retailer bonuses, right? Which I'm going to encourage you. Again, don't leave money on the table. Do so. Now, if you have a planner, again, that differential, like Leah talked about, a planner earns 10%. As a team leader, you earn that 40%. And if you subtract the two, you're going to earn 30% of that right there, right? So if you subtract the numbers, that's where that 30% comes from. We also have something called Team Leader Open Group Commission. Here's where we get paid on our entire organization, okay? So if you have a planner in one leg and they've enrolled a planner, like you're getting paid on everything. This is why we say that this is the position where everything changes. This is where your part-time income can go into full-time income, okay? And same thing for that manager. When you subtract and you're a senior manager, 20%, 10% to you. That unilevel, check this out. Level 1, 5%, 5%, 3, 3, 3, 3. I'm telling you right now, take advantage of Unilevel. I seen somebody in the chat before ask, how do you hit Unilevel? It's 1,000 SP in a month, okay? So what you're personally doing, and 10 lifetime customers, meaning you have 10 customers that are signed up in your back office, okay? So how do we get to team leader? To make it really simple, produce a bunch of senior managers, okay? We say 3 separate lines of senior managers who are producing senior managers, who are producing senior managers. I'm going to encourage you on your way from senior manager up to team leader that you focus on 10 different lines of senior manager, and you will be there before you know it. So there we go. I have made it through this part of my segment. My throat is killing me. But duplicate senior manager as fast as you can, and you will be that team leader. So let us get to the end portion of this orientation here tonight. Closing us out is going to be Abigail Meister. She is a director. She's a mom. She is a beautiful human being. She leads with a heart. She is one of the best in the industry. And she is a lady boss. And she is no stranger to what we do here. Abigail, take us away.
But thank you. Thank you for getting through that, Tracy. I was ready to step in, but I was praying to God I didn't have to talk about the numbers. I don't do numbers. So I love that you got it from a teacher, but I said, I'm ready. Tag me in if I need to, but I would so much rather talk about launching your business. This has been such an exciting journey for me. And I came into this industry as a single mom for 5 years, and everything Jermaine said is true. You got to know your why. Your why should move you. So many people are starting this part-time. So what is it that's going to make you want to work in the pockets of your day, something that could eventually take you out of the job into something that you can work from your phone and you can be present in the life that you're building? I don't know another career really that can provide this. So if I can, let me, this is the part that makes me the most nervous here. So let me try and get my screen up. I think I did something funky, but you guys can see me, yeah? And can you see my screen, Jen? Okay, cool. All right. We did it. See, we're already winning. Here we go. Let's launch the business. So this is so important, you guys. I was a collegiate basketball player. I was a collegiate point guard. And this is the most exciting, closest thing I have ever found to like getting that thrill back of being a part of a team and putting points on the board. And I remember, when you're a point guard, it's about developing the team to get you into the championship game. And that means sometimes I was staying after practice feeding my post player, right? We gotta get it right there, and we gotta run the wings. And I'll try not to take this basketball analogy too deep, but if you really want to launch a business, first you got to find your team, and you do that basically through everybody who has skin, who's also excited to go where you're going. And then you just got to be all in with them, helping them to develop. And when I first came in, like the numbers and the comp plan, I didn't understand all that, but I just knew I was thinking like a CEO. I had to set up my business, and then I had to help everybody develop and get to where they needed to go. And, I went on a director run and hit it in the first, I think, 5 months, and team leader in 2.5, because just that heightened awareness of we're going to get customers. Everybody has skin, but we want to put business partners in place too and help them win. And that's a really exciting job when you get to help other people win every day. So what I want you to think about as you're launching your business is, you've probably heard a little bit by now about our K-pop-ups. Let's not overthink it. The first 2 calls I made were to women in the local community. I had product. I didn't really find out about all the ingredients in the product. I just knew that it was unbelievable what it had done to my face in 2 to 3 days. I had them over. We watched a little video of a Korean woman washing her face, and we hit play at my bathroom sink, and then we hit pause and then play and then pause, and we did it together. We were going together, right? That stuff with the pink lids, I didn't know what that was, and I put it in a drawer. I had gotten some big starter kits because I knew buying those would help me get to the next rank faster. But I didn't even slow down to learn about it. I just had friends over and we watched our sink. I call that a K-pop party. All right. The first 2 women who came and did that with me, they both came in with multiple starter packages because they thought, wouldn't it be fun to have parties with women and get the product on faces? And that's how my journey began. And so I just want to challenge you. The path of least resistance is to get the product on people's face. So beat the box, plan the party, have 6 to 8 women over, and maybe you just want to have your best friend over first, or go wash your face with your mom and work through the ritual together. The more faces you do, the better you get. But plan a party, invite a bunch of people, go invite 20, 6 will show up, and the order rate is high if you just get it on their skin. And for all the people that don't make it, guess what? You can send them a sizzle video and say, here's what you missed. This is what I'm using. I'll have another party, set 2 dates. So if they can't come to the first one, they can come to the second one. So just schedule those moments in the first couple weeks where you can just get as much product on people as possible. Okay. So you can do this by just sharing the product. You can have a borrow bag. That's another thing I did when I was launching, and I would let that borrow bag go to a friend. She would only get to keep it 3 days, and I'd be calling around other girls. Hey, you got to try this Korean skincare. I'm going to send you the address. Go pick it up here on Thursday. She's going to leave it outside on the porch. All right. So I had women going to other women's house to get it. And every time it left someone's house, guess what? Order came through. Okay, so you got borrow bags, you got a backup set for K-pop parties, set those dates, put it there, because that's a commitment. When you put things from your head on paper, it becomes a commitment. Okay, making a list. Guys, this is so important. I want you to make a list of, entrepreneurs, of people who have influence, people who like getting people together, and don't overthink it. Like, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And you should be thinking about, I just need to collect faces right now, because people looking for an opportunity, when they see you passionately running and getting it on faces, they're going to say, well, what's in it for me? Can I do this too? People like to go with confident people and where they're going, and everybody's looking for a little extra income, a little bit more opportunity these days. Okay. We're living in a gig economy. I know some of my friends who are Ubering right now. I think that what I do is more fun, but hey, I love that they're hustlers. I love that they're working, because that just tells you something. People are trying to make extra income. So put names down, and every day get in action of just inviting to an opportunity overview, inviting to a call like tonight, inviting to your house to come wash their face, inviting them to try a borrow bag. Put the names down and start talking to people, and don't overthink it. Okay. Your most important story is your story. It's your story. So don't you dare forget to take that before and after picture when you get your product in. And then events to attend. All right. We're going to have another slide coming up with our big event, because I love what Chris Kim says. Until you are at one of our big events, you're not fully in. Okay. And he gave this illustration about going to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Someone goes there and they're like, ooh, the salad was so good. The rolls were good. The service was amazing. I didn't have time to get a steak, but it was good. I'm like, no, you look, until you've been to a Ramon event, you haven't experienced the steak at Ramon. Okay. So you need to know as soon as you come in here, when's the next event date, because this is where I want to go. So I got to get around the fire. I got to get around like minds. I got to see people walking up across the stage thinking, if she can do it, I can do it. And that's where you start developing your belief in this company and the product. You have belief in the product if you put it on your face, but belief in yourself. And then these presentations, these orientations, you should try and be on as many as you can, especially in the first 90 days. What business do you ever start where you don't have an extended period of training? I don't know, but I do know in this business, as you train, you can get paid. Okay. I started my career as a Starbucks manager, and I would not be allowed to put my new hire back behind the counter until 2 weeks of studying a binder, studying the drinks, making them, practicing, testing them. Guess what? You get to start making money and start your business while you learn on day one. But don't think you're going to understand the culture or the nomenclature or be able to, verbally articulate things until you have continually showed up and know how to do this in your sleep. Because the minute that this language from Jen's story, Leah's story, Jermaine's story starts sinking in your head, you're kind of like, what do I say? I don't know what to say. Well, if you're on overviews and orientations every week, it's just going to start coming out, and then you're not going to be frozen or paralyzed. So lean in, saturate yourself, because this is the only career you can really start and not be capped. You can go as far as you want to go here. So it's worth it. It's worth the learning curve. And the biggest mistake in this business is, people, they think they're going to get rich quick, and they don't have to treat it like it's a profession. Treat it like a hobby, get paid like a hobby, treat it like a profession, show up to your calls, show up to your events, show up to your training, and watch yourself have the career, a dream career of a lifetime. Okay. So, put the first training date, put the first convention date. Let me now go over the starter packages with you this month. You've heard about the points. You've heard about getting to manager, senior manager, team leader, and your volume that you purchase yourself can get you halfway there, can get you all the way there. Okay, so look at that starter kit premium one, 1500 SP. If you come in with 2 of those, boom, you're a manager making 20%. I like that better than 10. Okay, if you can do 4, Um, I have bought way more than 4 over my first 6 months, way over 4 packages of product because we kept doing K-pop parties. We did vendor shows. We were moving product and I ended up buying and buying and buying anyway. Okay. So if you can do it, do it. But if you can't, get in where you fit in. All right. But please make sure you have product for your own story because it starts with you. And I'm telling you, if you want to create a solid business here, that extra set for your K-pop, the extra set for the borrow bags, it all counts. And don't limit yourself to the skincare because I had no idea how passionate I was going to be about body wash. Like we just ran out of body wash and I just kept telling my husband, I'm not ordering till the convention packs. I'm not ordering till the convention packs. And I'm not happy with any body wash now. So you got to have the body wash. You got to have the shampoo. If you don't use it, you can't speak to it. You got to be a testimony of the testimony. And if you want to start your business off strong and getting those points towards that next rank so you can make more money, go for it. It's an investment. It's the smallest investment you'll ever make to start your own business. So those are important. Your job getting out of the gate is to collect pictures, you guys. It's facts tell, story sell. Okay. Everybody was showing me pictures when I first began. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't believe them. And believe them. Now, we were kind of at the beginning and there were a lot of Korean faces. And I wasn't quite registering with that. I was like, well, they already have great skin anyway. They already have glass skin anyway. Every Korean I've seen has great skin, And so it was hard for me, but I was on a campaign to create as many of my own personal stories as possible. And I want to give you some language today as you're starting, because your business doesn't start till you start talking to people. Let's be real about that. Don't just get on all the calls. You got to make the list. You got to play on the K-pop. You got to get in action. But here's a little language for you. This is fire, okay? If you want to start with your hot list, let me remind you, you can't be a prophet in your hometown, okay? Like my sister didn't order for 6 months. All right. And then one day she's like, man, your skin looks good. And my mom was like, she's been doing the Korean skincare, Angie, and she was like, maybe you should buy some from your sister. And I'm like, maybe, but that's how it is sometimes with your friends and family. But let me give you a little language, hey, Aunt Susie, I am so excited. I have started with a new company distributing the world's #1 Korean skincare. I am not going to ask you to join my team, but I am going to ask you if you love me to order what I'm going to send you and take your before and after picture for me. Okay? How can they say no to that? They think you're going to get them in on a business opportunity with your hot list when you're the prophet in your hometown. No, you just go ahead and take that off the table and say, I just need your face one time, because guys, one time somebody uses this and they come back. You only have to do the job one time. The return rate on the reorders, that's when you know you're in business, okay? One time and someone doesn't order again, that's just a sale. I'm not here for just sales. I'm here for residual income, and the product will do it for you. You just have to have the courage to make the calls, to get people trying it because they love you. That's your hot list. They love you. It's the people you call at 3 a.m. when you're stuck on the side of the road. You say, come get me or give me your credit card. That's your hot list, okay? Then your warm list. These are people that you're going out to that they know you know them, you have a little influence, they'd be the type of person you want to get on your team, and you want to share it. You want to share the pictures. You say, I'm collecting pictures. I'm really excited about this. This is a business that I'm going to do. You may be interested in it too, but I would love for you to at least try the product. And that might open a conversation then about them doing it when you're confidently telling them what you're doing and where you're going. So be on a picture collecting campaign. Okay. What company? Like, this is an incredible support system. You've heard tonight about your store, your mall with Jermaine starting Remon.com. You've heard about your drive. That's where all your resources are. Explore Remon.com, password 123. This is where you are getting all your marketing material. And we're talking now about launching that business online, offline, K-pop. I want to give you an online tonight. Let me give you a little online tip. Okay, when you first start your business, people love faces. Okay, so well, let's say you haven't used it yet. Here's something to do. Has anybody out there tried Korean skincare? Just post it. Just ask. All right, because everybody's heard about it. It's trending, and they're not going to buy it till the 7th time that they've seen you talk about it. So go ahead and ask the question. Everybody comments, boom, there's your list. You're welcome. There's your list. Okay. How many people have heard of Korean skincare? Let them talk. Let them ride. There's your list. Now, please don't go putting your link out there. Facebook, Instagram, they hate that. They bury you. All right. Don't go announcing, hey, I'm with Remon, this new company, because what are they going to do? Women, they like to observe. They like to go Google. They go they're going to go look at it, and maybe they don't come to you. You want to be a cat creating curiosity, not a dog salivating on people. Okay, so once you have that 3-day, 2-week, 6-week, I want you to take a picture of your face and just say, wow, this was everything I was hoping it to be. Guess what? They come around. What are you using? What are you using? Don't go answer them. Don't go give Susie the answers. Your job is to pull them in and to get in real, authentic conversations, right? Like, don't let social media create this ingenuine transaction. All right. You've piqued their interest. You've attracted them to you. Now you say, I'll message you, and go get in a real-time conversation. Get on the phone with them. Tell them about it. Invite them on an opportunity call. Invite them to watch a sizzle video that's in your back office of just the product. Okay, so that's a good way to go online and start attracting. There's your event. This is what we were talking about. You got to get yourself to the event. We have come out now. We're so excited. This last event was so fun. It was amazing. It was in, where were we? Long Beach, California. But we're going back to Las Vegas, baby. Okay, MGM Grand, August 7th and 9th. Everyone, you got to get yourself there first. Guess what? People don't follow people who are not going. Okay, you want to build a business. I want you to think about every person you get in that seat is an extra $1,000 that year, and it's going to be more. But I want you to think that way. Okay, this is so important to creating your business, is to get people to the event where they can develop their belief and their tools, and that you can't work your business without that. So I want to encourage you, if you're brand new tonight, get your ticket, get yourself, where there's a will, there's a way. Price, you can't afford it. Make an investment in your business, sell product, reinvest back. Promise you, reinvest back your money into the convention, because it will 10x your income here at Remon by getting to the convention. Okay, there's just here's their prices. There's power and events. Take a minute, hit that QR code. If I'm going too fast, ask another leader for it. I'm going to skip that slide. And so guys, the next orientation, we're always here on Tuesdays. You keep showing up, you keep getting on, and then keep bringing other people, keep inviting other people, keep getting your team on it. You'll be stronger the more. This is your practice, right? This is your practice. And you know where you win the games? On the basketball court when nobody's watching. Okay, so get in the calls, create your nomenclature every week, keep adding people to your list, keep planning your K-pop parties. You can do this. Build local, go global. I want you to remember that. Build local, go global. You have relationships around you right now, people who are looking for opportunity, and a lot of those people are one connection away from somebody in Peru, somebody in Chile, I like the way Jermaine says the Latino countries. I can't roll it like that. Someone in Ireland, someone in Spain. We are opening up Spain and Ireland at the end of the month. There's events going on there. I just flew across the pond to the UK. You know why? Because I was an English literature major and I was playing basketball and I missed the opportunity to study abroad. And all I ever wanted to do in my life was to go to Europe. And you know what? This business, I saw we were opening there in the UK, and I was like, I'm doing it. I'm going. And I got on my phone one Sunday. I probably sent 100 messages out, and I got one yes back. Got one yes back. And from there, I launched a UK team. And I'm so fired up working in a dream I always had. So I'm telling you, if you got a dream, this is a vehicle. It's a vehicle to connect with people, align with people. You know, like I'm sitting at a table with 10 London women. How else would I have ever met 10 London women where we're all breaking bread together, sharing stories, coming together for a common purpose? Like the relationships you will gain, the adventures you will have. I don't know anything in the world that provides something like that with this commonality where you can just pick up with people and y'all are driving on a team together towards the championship. So know the call schedules, mark them in your calendar, treat it like a profession, and let's wrap it up. Let's land the plane here. I just want to thank you guys all for coming on the call tonight. Jermaine, thank you so much for hosting. Your energy, always getting us fired up, motivated. When I see Jermaine hosting, I'm like, I'm going to get excited about this. Jen, your story is so inspiring. Guys, I was just on a call. She was bringing her son. She brings her family into the business. They were there with her in Las Vegas. I'm passing this on to my daughter. I'm paying her each week to do videos for me. She's 13. This is a legacy company here. And it's not just passing financial legacy on. We're passing skill set on. I don't know what college is going to look like in 4 years, but I do know I want to teach my daughter how to build a brand and how to show up and have relationships with people and exchange energy. Okay, so it's a beautiful thing what you get to show to your children if you have them. Leah, I hope nobody is sitting here thinking, because of this, I can't. Because of this, I can't. If Leah can do it, you can do it. Everybody says, I don't know if this is the time to start. I'm in a busy season. Can you imagine starting with a cancer diagnosis? Like some people's why not is other people's why. So 2-degree shift in mindset. We just don't want you to miss out on something that we love so much and we know blesses people. And Tracy Zimmer, thank God we have a teacher on our team who can just go through that comp plan like that and make it understandable. So you got a dream team here. You don't got to do it alone. You're in business, with all of us, all of the support, the Remont community. So thank you for your time and energy tonight. And that's a wrap.